Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. Solana continues to be below this descending trend line, and overall that could push us down in this apex between this support level of $12.30 and the descending trend line. So basically you could call this a descending triangle. That is generally a bearish wave pattern, and we absolutely aren't out of the woods here yet in terms of possibly seeing another low. There are a few options, and I want to talk to you about that because Solana has received a lot of selling off in the last few days, and currently the upside is not yet really convincing that we've seen here. The higher level wave pattern still suggests that this here came down from the high at around $48 in a wave 1. It moved up in a wave 2. We moved down in a wave 3. And well, that's the thing now. Now we have two possibilities. Either the wave 4 was already in here and this was already the fifth wave, or this was just a wave A. We've come down in a wave B and we're going to move up in a C wave before we come down. Yeah, so that the wave 4 was not yet complete. So to put it simply, either wave 4 is still to come with a larger retracement, or wave 4 was finished here. That is what is unclear at the moment. I can tell you what I think and what my view is and where I think we're gonna head and what needs to happen to get more confidence in a possible situation that a low is already in, right? So for me, I currently do not yet see any evidence that a low has been made. It could be, of course, because we made a new low here, so it could very well be this wave 5 was here, this wave 4 was here, and that we have made the low, that we don't go any lower. But the problem is we've got a few problems here. So the first problem is we are still below the descending trend line. A push above that would already be a good indication that things are changing, but still way too early. Yeah, way too early. Especially with everything that's still going on in the crypto space, I'd be very, very careful. Let's say it like that. Now, then, even if we push higher than this, even if we break above this descending trend line, well, it would lead to some short-term upside potential, possibly even here to this resistance at around $18.60. And that would also be my first target here for the C wave of 4, because this is an ideal, well, this is at least a minimum target for a wave 4. But as I said, it could, because of that, it could already be finished a wave 4. But if we break above the descending trend line, I think this would be the first target. Then, if we break above that level, the ideal target for a wave 4 is actually the 2247 level, the 38.2% FIB level. That's the ideal target. So we still have to assume that this is a wave 4, even if we get to that level. And then even if we go above that level, due to the strength of the sell-off we had, those Fibonacci levels are very much extended. They are far away from each other. And that is why do I say this? Because a wave 4 can also go all the way up to the 50% FIB level. It's only if it goes beyond that, then a wave 4 will get very unlikely. And then I would consider that something else is going on and that maybe something more bullish is going on. So Solana would need to do a lot to prove that things are changing here. Obviously, this would only be this would be a strong indication that things are changing, but it wouldn't really invalidate further downside, because we still have another possibility here, and in that I can count this entire move here sideways as a triangle. And if I count this as a triangle, then we have also 5 waves down, but this could only be an A wave. This is a B wave, and then we come down in C, and as a B wave this could move even higher. And then we have key levels that are relevant, that are a little bit higher. So for example, here at $32. So the problem is, due to Solana's price structure, basically the latest sell-off has made it very, very hard for Solana to convince us that a low is already in. It will be very hard. Of course, the advantage at the moment is that we have really, really pulled very close to support. So a long trade could, of course, be entered with a very tight stop loss. So the risk is quite small, the reward potentially quite high, but it's still let's say, highly risky in terms of the probability of the trade working out. In my opinion, a long trade at least, because The chart is in a state of uncertainty. We haven't got a clear trend. It might be changing at the moment. Yeah, it might be. I mean, you can see on the chart, if we take a look, for example, at the relative strength index, but I would like to go actually to the 4-hour chart for that. You can see that we actually have a bullish divergence. So that's an indication that things could be changing, because we have a slightly lower low on the price chart, slightly higher low on the RSI, but it's way too early to confirm that. It's way too early. So again, a break out above the descending trend line could lead to some significant upside, but it could still be all within a broader bearish context. So a lot would need to happen. And if we say we come down, we talked about key support levels for Solana. And let's just make that here onto the daily. In terms of key support, so let's look at volume support. And for that, we are going to add the VRVP. In terms of volume support, there's plenty of support starting at around $5. So that is way down. That's way down. But then we have actually key support in the current range where we are. So after that, you have a bit of a black hole here. I think $10 continues to be like psychological support. But you've got here key support where we currently are, around $14, $13. If we drop below $13, I think $10 will be some psychological support. And then it's all the way down to $5, $4. And I think below $5, it will get seriously interesting. But then, until then, you know, things are fairly difficult. And either it needs to give us a signal to the upside and really need to move up in an impulsive fashion, and then we could buy the setback, or it goes down so low that it starts to get interesting again below maybe $5 even. But yeah, the point is, at the moment we haven't got any signal that is bottomed, but we have pulled back very close to support, and short-term upside is certainly possible here if we manage to break above that descending trend line. You can actually see why we are struggling here, because this is sort of a bit of a barrier of resistance. So as soon as we push above that trend line, things should get a little bit better, and we have a chance to rally all the way up to, in the first instance, $18. Okay, and this is my update about Solana. So hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit a like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.